So I'm here with South Carolina wide receiver Mike Wyman. So thanks for talking with me today.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so just to get started, you admitted or you enrolled in South Carolina in January. So kind of what goes into that decision, to enroll and then play in the fall, hopefully?
Um, that played a big role in just, trying to get here early and try to help the team as much as possible as I can, try to come in early and get a get a jump start on, the season and what it's like in D1 ball.
So what are you actually allowed to do once you're enrolled? Like, are you technically, on the roster like during last semester, or can you just practice, or what can you actually do during that time?
Sure, I'm just yeah, I guess I'm on well, I'm not on a last year's roster, but I'll be on this year's roster. Shoot, pretty much everything that everybody else can do, start workouts and stuff like that. But we start off with a young group with the early enrollees, the freshmen. We start off with different stuff, building us up to where the guys are now.
Nice. So did you have to then graduate high school early to enroll in January?
Yeah, I had to finish all my high school classes and have all my credits before coming out of high school.
So then, how far kind of in advance in your planning to come to college did you know that you were going to try to enroll in January? And did all of the schools that recruited you, were they trying to get you to enroll in January as well?
Yeah, enrolling early. That was the plan ever since I started my recruitment process. And yeah, pretty much all the schools wanted me to come in early because they saw my credits and stuff, and they saw the path that I was taking.
Nice. So going back to kind of your recruiting process, I looked on like your 24/7 sports and on like the ESPN page, and you had like,
Yeah.
a ton of schools listed there. So
Hmm.
kind of how do you narrow it down? Because like for me, obviously I didn't go to school to play sports, so I was just going based off of where I kind of felt like I wanted to go. So how did you narrow down such like a large list to eventually South Carolina?
Pretty much just like what you said, just trying to find the people that's not so much of the people that's in the football program, but as like the people that's outside the football program, because them the people that you're gonna be around a lot more than the people that you're gonna be with in football. So the really Columbia itself really played a big role in it. And, my mom also played a role in
Nice. So, when you were comparing kind of different schools, when you went on different visits, like, did you
that.
notice things like what were some of the biggest things you noticed when you were walking around the campuses, or going through the facilities, or even like meeting with coaches?
Really, just one thing I noticed, like nobody's a stranger. Everybody's family. Everybody share the same amount of love to everybody, and that was one thing that really stood out is the love that everybody had for each other.
So when you were, again, narrowing down that list, did you know you wanted to play, because you're from North Carolina, so did you know you wanted to play, close to home, or you wanted to be in the SEC, or you wanted to be in warm weather? Like, what were things like that that kind of helped you narrow it down?
Really, what helped was the SEC because the SEC is the best division in college football. Um, Really, I didn't. Distance really wasn't on my mind because I did plan to go far at first, but it was just I don't know. It was just South Carolina always felt like a home. Like South Carolina, like coming up here, it always felt different. So that was just really it. And it's being the SEC, and it's not that far from my house, so that's what played a big role in it.
What do you think, or which team in the SEC do you think you're looking forward to playing against the most?
Um, Shoot, uh, really anybody, really. I mean, can't say no specific name because everybody in the SEC is you got to bring your A game every game. So really, anybody who step up in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely. Did you were you there? Did you watch that Georgia game last year?
yeah, yeah. I was watching it. Yes, sir.
So do you think that there's a good chance, because South Carolina, we always have, one of the toughest schedules in the country. Do you think that there's a
Hmm.
good chance for another big upset like that
Oh,
next year?
oh yeah, most definitely. There's gonna be a lot of those coming up this year for sure.
Nice. So this is kind of more of a broad question about kind of picking colleges in general for high school recruits.
Hmm.
Do you think there are situations where high school recruits kind of look to almost team up with like their high school teammates or their friends at different schools and try to like build a program together? Or do you think it's kind of everybody makes their decision individually?
At first it's kind of like I say like you want to do that, but like sometimes that you got to realize that people got to take different paths and stuff, and people feel different about certain situations. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, like me and my teammates, we tried to team up together and stuff like that. But it was just different things that we liked about different schools and stuff like that, and that played a role in it.
Nice. So, do you have any high school teammates or just like people you've played with in the past that you're gonna see on the schedule this year?
Actually, yeah, I got a lot of teammates. I got a lot of teammates at ECU. Um, Man, I got a lot of teammates everywhere. Yeah, I know I got a lot of teammates at ECU for sure, and I think that's it for now that I can think of.
All
Yeah,
right. Yeah. So that game's got to be like circled on your calendar then, huh?
yeah, because North Carolina school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you guys all been like or part of the team in Columbia working out during kind of this whole quarantine period? What's been going on with that?
Yeah, we've been working out. I mean, we've been taking precaution about every little thing. Just everybody got to wear a mask. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Everybody wear a mask, clean your station, stay clean. Just pretty much basic, normal stuff. Yeah.
So is the whole team allowed to be in the facility together, or is it kind of all like grouped out where everybody's got their own time?
It's grouped out where everybody got their own time. But whenever we do player practice, we kind of whenever we're all together, we're all together, but we're not really because we're still sectioned in groups. So if that makes sense, but
Yeah.
yeah, so we're together, but we're really not. Yeah.
So do you think like what do you think the general sense is about if there's going to be a college football season? Because like some of the other conferences have started to say like, oh, we're only going to play in conference games. Nothing's really
Mm-hmm.
been talked about in the SEC, but like, what do you kind of think could happen with that?
I think we'll probably end up following everybody else, all the other conferences that's doing only playing in their conference. So I think we might end up falling on that path. I don't know. Nobody knows yet.
Yeah. So do you think there could be good because obviously football is a contact sport and people are bumping into each other, so it's a lot of like skin to skin. So do you think that there are things that they could do to put into the game to make it safer so people will feel more comfortable playing, or do you think it's just going to be kind of like, I don't
Yeah.
know, if you want to play you got to just suck it up?
Yeah. That'd be tough because it is a contact sport. Yeah, that'd be tough to try to like stop the contact in football. From getting the corona and stuff like that. So that'd be a tough one.
Do you think it could be likely or not likely, but do you think it would work hypothetically if they try to do a college football or like an SEC bubble and just had everybody go into somewhere maybe in
Yeah.
Georgia or something and try to just bubble it up?
Shoot, that wouldn't be a bad idea if that's the only way we can have a season. Then whatever we got to do to have a season, I'm down for it. So I think that would be a good idea to have all the teams get together and stuff like that and play in a neutral location.
Do you think if there was a bubble, what do you think would be kind of the biggest struggles? Because obviously like the NBA is going into a bubble. Maybe I think hockey might be doing it too. So what do you
Yeah.
think people would be struggling with the most in a bubble?
Uh, just being there. That'll be
Yeah.
yeah. Being there, worrying about like, am I gonna get it? Just having that thought on your mind about getting the virus.
Do you think like rivalries would brew even more inside a bubble if you're in the hotel right next to UGA or something like that?
Yeah, it'll definitely be a lot of trash talking for sure. Yeah,
I can imagine just the videos on like the Barstool Instagram, just from like the
yeah,
hotels. I could imagine that just being pretty wild.
yeah.
So do you think that the football season's more likely to happen in the fall, or do you think they could move it to the spring? And do you think that would work like weather-wise?
Weather-wise, I think it'll be okay some days, but I say pushing it to the spring will it will throw a lot of things off. But I think if they move it to the spring, I don't think we'll have a full season. I think we'll have like a couple of games, maybe, just so seniors can get their film and get drafted and stuff like that.
So talking about the draft, obviously this year, Brian Edwards got drafted, and then the year before, Debo Samuels got drafted
Mm-hmm.
out of South Carolina. So did those guys have any impact in your decision to come to USC?
Oh yeah, most definitely, especially Bryant because he's a tall receiver like me. Seeing the way that he was used in offense is the way that I was used in offense at my high school as well. So yeah, them two guys definitely played a big role in it.
Do you who would be a current NFL player that you would compare your game to for those who don't know?
Um, Shoot, I got a couple. I say AJ Brown. I really like AJ Brown. Yeah, I've been watching him since he was at Ole Miss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my guy.
All right, I like that. I like that.
Mm, Yeah.
So, if the football season happens as normal, what would you be looking forward to the most?
Shoot, really just getting out there, hopefully earn a starting spot or earn playing time, really just getting out there and getting a feel for it. Mhm.
Yeah. Have you so I'm assuming that you've been to a game in Williams Brice, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Describe the energy in the building.
Man, it ain't like no other stadium in the world like William Brice. Like that, like just the whole atmosphere, even without the fans in there, is beautiful and wonderful and all that. Like even when they in there, it's 10 times better. The fans they show out. They show up and show out for sure. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
hmm
nothing like Saturday in South Carolina, as they say.
Yeah.
So for my final question, what can Gamecock fans expect from you in the future?
Shoot, they gonna expect everything they can get out of me. Everything I can do to help us win the championship. Really. Yeah. That's what we
Nice.
need. That's what we want.
All right. I like it. All right. So thank you for talking with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you
Yes,
for your
sir.
time and everything.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. Good luck this season for sure.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.